Hi everyone, welcome back. Welcome. Thank you for joining us again. And what are we doing here today? We just want to talk about this man again called Mr. Mufareh. Yeah, so what is happening? Let us know. What do you think when you saw this topic? I just want to be a bit random. The topic says the legacy of love in business, right? So we want to think about how millions across the world are following somebody called Mr. Ash Mufareh, not just because of a business, but because of how he leads with love, with vision and truth, right? And in today's episode, Empowerment Network, Collins and myself, Comfort, of course, we are going to be unpacking what has made his movement, Ash Mufareh's movement, different from anything we've seen before, different to families, different to communities, to businesses of all sizes, to organizations, and whatever you can ever think of. And we also honor, as most especially to us, this is so special to Collins and myself, and of course anybody else. We honor those who are still walking this path, those who still believe that though the journey has evolved, the vision remains alive and powerful, right? And if you're one of the or the many people who said, I'm still here and I'm still going another mile with Mr. Mufareh, this show is for you. And even if you are new, you can still join us from here. Because if you are online now and you don't know about this yet, then this is that thing that you are looking for. So before I go ahead, before I ask Colin to finally at least say hello to everyone, I'd like you guys, everybody, to be active, join us live. Just drop a comment, share this if you don't mind. Speak from your heart, guys. Let's build legacy through love. This is very, very special. If not, if you don't mind, subscribe. We're running live in 3 channels: Collins' channel, Andy Burks, and myself, Empowerment Network, Comfort. Like, share, just say something. Let's go to work together, guys. Let's go to work. And in one word, who is Mr. Mufareh to you? So, Mr. Mana, welcome. Thank you for joining me again.
Oh, thank you, sis. Thank you for inviting me. I'm so happy to be blessed. Again, happy and blessed to be here. So today is the 5th of the 7th, 2025. And we still wish everyone in America, yesterday was their happy Independence Day.
Yes.
And we're wishing them all the best. Sis, as you said, the topic is legacy of love in business. I will leave it there, sis, because normally we can discuss this over and over, but I just want to leave it there just to give that intro, and then you will take it. Just
Indeed.
wishing everyone who are watching us, happy Saturday.
Yes,
hope you are enjoying it.
Exactly. I don't know why I'm excited, but then many people are. People who know what Ash is doing, right? So I just want to begin again. What keeps you still walking this path with Ash Mufareh? We would really want your honest response in the chat, because while I am talking, Collins, if you find an interesting response to this question, drop it, just put it on the screen, right? So we want to think that, one of the things that is keeping us together is that one global language, a 4-letter word called love, right? You know that across nations, across cultures and religions, what has happened? His vision or his movement speaks one language, which is called love. This is not common in the corporate world. It's a very rare thing. Which one is love? You have to separate that love of a thing from business. That is what people would do. They feel like when you become a business, or when you meet in the corporate world, it's like you lose your emotions, or you leave emotions behind and stuff like that. But no, it goes with that, because love brings people together, and we work even better because I know that I'm serving a boss who loves me, or I'm being served by people who do love me. Everybody surrounding me, from the cleaner to the manager to the topmost person. There is that love, and that's a motivation for a beautiful work and conducive work community, right, Collins? So, if you think, most leaders, like in the numbers and profits, that's all they do. Leaders, they speak numbers, they speak figures, they speak profits, and then they live that life that my brother Greg Lakin was talking about. Greg is so angry with some particular leaders of today. By leaders here, I mean those giants out there who have made it really big. Greg was really angry in his comment yesterday that, listen, so many people have made it to that very top that we are heading to with Mr. Mufareh, but they are wasting it. Those were his words, paraphrased, right? He thought that they've got there, but then it's not worth it because it's a waste of resources, a waste of money, and waste of even people's time. They use it on flashy weddings and stuff like that. But then Mr. Mufareh is like, this money, I can also do that. I can take my wife to any part of the world, to space and back. But then why do that if other people need it, right? So, Collins, I can go on and on and on, but I think that you two, you need to say something. Go for it, bro.
This is, you know, when I was, you know, I saw the topic today, you know, it touches me, and you know, it embodies what Mr. Ash Mufareh is doing. We're talking about the legacy of love in business. Yes, we can say it is a business. It's true. But why is Mr. Ash Mufareh doing this? Today, I talked about this in OTech Pro. I said it goes beyond technology. Mr. Ash Mufareh wants to provide the best of the best technology. He wants to be the best version of himself. He said, I cannot give you something, anything that I cannot use, or anything that my signature is not there, something I cannot consume, I will not give it to anyone. So he wants to leave the best legacy. When we talk about Nelson Mandela left we will never forget talking about him. Martin Luther King, we cannot forget. Indira Gandhi in India. These are the people who have left something. So they look beyond themselves. You know, they go beyond. So they were not doing it out of their own ego to say, I want people, but they're asking, what can I do that will bless others? You know, they want to finish a race. They don't want to win the race, because it's not about winning. In God's eyes, God doesn't need us to win. He wants you to finish it. Have you finished your race? Yes. So these are the things that when you look at and you ask yourself, we talk about, yesterday was visionaries. Today we're talking about, you know, vision again. It's like all the topic just come together. OTech Pro, when yesterday Comfort, you brought this topic, and today OTech Pro was just like, why are we thinking the same? We're talking about someone with vision to leave lasting legacy that will change, you know, mankind in a special way, in a good way. Great people always try to leave lasting legacy through what they are doing. We are using light today, so we talk about light bulb. Thomas Edison. Where is Thomas Edison today? He's in the grave. But his legacy lives forever. The light that he brought. Now I'm able to sit and have my webinar. The time now, we are talking live now, Comfort. It is 9:15. Just imagine there was no light, no electricity, no light. Comfort will not have this show because everywhere will be dark. How will people see me? So I'm sitting now, able to do this in the night because of Thomas Edison. His legacy lives forever. Step back and think what Mr. Ash Mufareh is doing. It is not easy. Thomas Edison failed how many? We talk about thousands of times. But he said, I find thousands ways to do what? To make it work. Electricity, a light bulb, the fluorescent. Ash also is going through that process. The process of looking at it, correct it, and move on. Fixing it, correct it. You know, when you are doing something that has never been done before, it's not something that everyone has done where you already know the mistakes. You go, if you have already done come for something, I already know your mistakes. I know. Or Comfort can say, Collins, don't do it this way, because if you do it this way, you will fail. This is the way you can do it, so you will not make the same mistakes. What if you are doing something for your first time, something that nobody have ever attempted, dare to try? That is where the problem is. It is easy to say it than doing it. There's the knowns and the unknown. My brother Bob will always say the knowns and the unknowns. What if you know all the knowns and the unknowns you don't know? You hit rock bottom, you step up again. You said, great inventors never give up. They do and they do, they do and they do. They make mistakes, they correct it, and they move on until they get the final version of what appeals to them and say, yes, this is what was in my head as a vision, and finally I have got it. It's like people have the vision to go to the moon. How many times rocket explode in the air? Apollo 1, Apollo 2, Apollo 3, Apollo 13, until they get there, the final mission right to the moon. Man journey to the moon. Go and look at the story. How many times that rocket explode and kill people? Imagine. But they never give up because people died. The dream of the vision was to go to the moon. They failed, they corrected, failed and corrected, failed and corrected until that mission was obtained. That's what we are talking about when we look at Mr. Mufareh, what he's doing. Things that have never been done before. A dream of one man who wants to fulfill it. That goes beyond technology, but to uplift humanity. That's what we are talking about. Legacy of love in business. You know, love goes beyond what we can see. Because of the love of humanity, he said, I will do something that will transform business, the way business look, the way people can operate. I want to give you a system that will help you to do your job effectively and efficiently. So, Comfort, let me leave it there. There's more to talk about this.
Indeed, why we share things like this, guys, is because while we are waiting for Mr. Mufareh, one thing that has happened, especially in me, and many people say this too, is how much we are learning from his leadership style. Because wherever you are a leader in that position where you are. It could be as a mother, it could be as a sister in church, it could be as a team lead at work, it could just be a normal person, maybe the least person, but then you are coming from a leadership position because you have to, put on a leadership mentality so that you do things right, So we're not just discussing because we want to hail Ash, but then we say and choosing what we learn from him and how we can keep on learning and practicing this while we wait. Because whoever is ready from prime time is that person who is practicing now, right? And this is so much a thing, a lot of things that we've learned from Ash, So what was the missing? What was actually missing, before Ash actually showed up? Many businesses, like I said earlier on, they missed out on the heart. They missed out on the humanity part of us and the higher purpose, But what did Ash do? He brought a rare combination of faith, technology, vision, and humility. These are rare resources, and it is a strength. What would you do without faith? And what would you do in the 21st century without technology? And how do you get there without vision? And how do you obtain your vision without humility? Because arrogance takes you to the wrong direction. By the time you combine these together, you see success. Like Colin said earlier on, it's not about winning the race, because if it were about winning the race, we would be in business since 2022. The days, Colin, when we launched the Burj Khalifa lighting stuff, we would have been in business. But then no, it's not about speed, how fast you get there. Even yesterday, Collins, we even saw at some point that the vehicle that you create to take home the vision you have in your heart, it doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be flashy. It doesn't have to be very fast. It just has to be fit for the purpose, So what is happening here? Ash has gone through hurdles and models and whatever you want to call it, but then he's moving on. He's moving on. He still sees what is lying before him. He still closes his eyes and his mind's eyes. He sees people being happy, their lives being transformed dramatically. That is what he sees. And he lies really low doing this with all the humility, with all the love. Ash is that CEO, you can tell him you're cute. Ash is that CEO, you can tell him you're silly. Ash is that CEO, you can tap him on the back or give him a hug and say, I'm calling my friend, because that is humility personified, and you don't go wrong when you do things following that right pattern. He chose to build people, not just platforms. To be fair, Ash has brought in a lot from me. I already have so much in me that should I want to start anything new from scratch, I will build it to the end, because I know that this is what Mr. Mufareh would do. This is what he would do, and this is what he would do. So let's learn. Let's not just think that we're here to hail him because he doesn't even want it. But why we're bringing all of these things out is because we want to apply it to our own selves, such that by the time he's ready, we are ready for work. Because the job, most of the time when this whole thing happens, like Collins and myself were discussing yesterday, we would be talking most of the time maybe from the field, or we would be sitting here just trying to raise money and fund movements and fund organizations and fund projects that are uplifting humanity. We will not have time to be telling you about this business. You might be finding out from other people, right? So let's get ready, let's prepare, and get ready to show that yes, you are brave. Even the Bible says in Collins that you should study to prove thyself worthy, right? So in this case, it's not different because this is a huge assignment that we're embarking on. That is why it's taking time and giving us time to prepare, to learn, to practice, and then to learn. We're learning how to accommodate people, how to live with difficult people, how to accept everybody, and how to let everybody give in their own opinion, how to appreciate other people's opinions, how to differ with somebody without actually hurting them. That is what we are doing, because with the people we are going out there to serve, when we're finally ready, are people we will never see again. Maybe we'll just see them once, do what God has sent us to do through Mr. Mufareh, and then we go away. How are you going to treat them, and stuff like that? So there's so much in this, and it all boils down to what? To love. Because love is that thing that has been missing in the corporate world, in business. So we're here to discuss money. We discuss the B's and the M's, and not love. Who does that, So we can go on and on, but bro, I'll let you have a go.
Yes, is we can really look at this topic in different way. And sometimes I ask myself, I know most of the people who have seen us, doing this for the past 3 to 4 years, they will say, what are they talking? Why are they still here? And I always ask myself, why am I still here? Why am I still fire up?
Yes.
Even more and more and more? It is because I believe in this man, Mr. Ash Mufareh vision. I believe in what he is doing. If there was one iota of doubt, I know myself. I'm speaking for myself, Comfort. I know myself very well. If I doubt you, I cannot even come close to you. If I doubt someone, I doubt, because the first thing is, if I look at something, I make sure I do my research. I don't listen to people. That's what I do. I don't listen. Don't come and tell me, because the internet space is broad. I know how to do my own research. I look at the good things about people. I don't dwell in the past, because if you want to say that man is this, I will tell you, if God want to mark our guilt, we'll be safe. Tell me if you have never made mistake. If you are that human being born from the day you were born, you said you have never made mistake, I'll tell you you're a liar. Because when you walk on that field, the ants that you smash every day under your feet, that's the unknown. That's the mistake you've done. They are all living creatures. We all have made mistake. And that's why the Bible says we all are fall short. And we do what? Fall short of the glory of God. And we need God's mercy. But this man is doing things that will change humanity. I don't really care. If you ask me, how do you believe? I believe because it's technology. I believe because I'm in that same industry, what he is doing. I know the time it takes for you to build a complete solution. I know the effort the engineers are going through, the pains they are going through. Yes, we work in the industry. They pay us. But I know my pain. I know when I get up Monday morning, what is in my head, how my days go through. Sometimes I know that I'll spend 7 hours and come back, but before I know, I'll spend 9 hours, because I have to get it to a point where the customer will accept it. If not, your job is at stake. So I know exactly what it takes to put a solution out there. For all my life, I've been in IT. So it is not just easy. And that is why I believe so much in Mr. Ash Mufareh, because I know what he will put out there will change even me sitting here and change others. A lot of people will benefit from something that they never expected. You don't need to know the mechanics, but the only thing is you want to know where it will take you to if you choose to be part of it. Comfort, when you buy a new car and you are not a mechanic, you don't want to know the mechanics, how the engine was built. If you love that car, the only thing you want to know, can this car drive me from A to B? When I put the key, I spark the engine. Can this car stay? Can I go? That's the only thing. If the car cannot drive you, that car is a bad car. What good it is if you buy a refrigeration and the fridge cannot preserve your food. We are talking about this. You see a nice fridge, you buy it, bring it home, put it on, and every time you put it in the freezer, nothing Nothing. All your food get rot and everything. What good it is. To tell you that it is not easy to build it, because Mr. Ashmara want to give the final solution that will change life. And it's not how long it takes. You know, we talk about visionary does not care about time. They care about the end product. There is something that I always forgot the man, those who study chemistry. They said, I think it's about chemical reaction, the distance of this. It doesn't matter on the route that it takes. But the main thing they want to say is the final destination. You can take different road. Comfort, I take different road. Are we going to the same destination? Will I reach my destination? It doesn't matter the time. If I want to go to Manchester or come to Birmingham where Comfort lives, it doesn't matter the road. The only thing is I want to reach there. That's the truth. Mr. Ash Mufareh want to take us somewhere beautiful. We want to take companies, medium, large. They are waiting for this with their hands open. You know, something that will give them value for affordable price. It doesn't matter how long it takes. But when they get the final product, they will be shouting. When iPhone came out, people were celebrating. Nobody will remember how long it took them to build that phone, to come with the first iPhone. But they say when the phone came out, it was all sold. When people, expectation, especially with technology, the expectation is high. But the only thing is, can you give what people need, not what people want? You can buy a nice shoe, but maybe you don't need it. I want a workable solution that can take me in IT. Don't tell me that this. Sometimes you challenge yourself. You say, yes, the functionality is there, but it is not user-friendly. Yes, the functionality is there, but it is not usable because I cannot use it to do my job. Comfort, what is it to give you a function that is functionless? You see, yes, I can click that button, but it is functional. It cannot take you from A to B. Mr. Ash Mufareh want to give something that can do whatever you choose to do with it. Where if I said I want to take a nice photo with the app or whatever application, you can see yourself in 3D. You say, wow, this picture is beautiful. Picture that can even transform you. They look at you, they say, no, it's Collins, but nobody recognizes Collins. When you see me, my picture is different. You want to see something that is 3D, flashy. You want a system that is like very easy to use, shortcut, where you can click a button. You don't need 3 steps to get to a function. You need 2 steps and you are in there. 1 step, you are in there. When I click this button, I want to go to this page and do my job, log out and go. That is the type of system you call system. Not system where you go 5, 15 steps. Take 15 minutes to log in, to go here. By the time you know your director is calling you, your manager is calling you. Why have you not done that job? Because the system is horrible. But what if there is a system that you will take less time to navigate around and do your job, log out, and you're done? That's the system we want, because the business world now is fast-paced and you need fast-paced technology. So Comfort, I will leave it there for now.
Yeah, you talk about systems. I'm just thinking because for some reason, a couple of days ago, I signed up with a new bank. It took 2 apps for me to sign up, and then it took like forever. I got so frustrated. I said, why is it that I'm unable to log in to sign up to online banking and start doing business? And I had to call. And when I called, I stayed on the phone more than 20 minutes with this guy to activate online banking. Because you have to go from app A to app B to app A to app B. I'm like, okay. Even the guy himself, he testifies, listen, this thing is way too complicated. There's no customer who just starts this without coming back to us, and we don't do it like this. But I think Ash is making it so easy that my auntie can put up her baskets by herself and sell them and be paid through a money mobile that they use in my country. All right, that's how sweet this whole thing is. So we are learning. How are you simplifying things? How are you already practicing what you are learning from Mr. Mufareh, so that the moment he is ready, you are also ready? Because we don't have to forget, this is a movement, not just a marketplace. People from everywhere, from every background, they feel like they belong because Ash spreads his arms so wide and he hugs all of us around, and he kisses every head and say, I love you all. And so it feels warm, and we all have learned how to accept one another. We give platform, like when we used to hold big webinars, when people come and share their stories, you see how they have found home in this business. And so whatever everybody's learning from here is what they will pay forward to wherever they are going. Immediately we are ready to go out there and start changing lives. Everybody, I'm sure, came for money. But then the moment you discovered it was not money anymore, what are you doing? You are learning. I like his leadership skill, or leadership style. I like how humble he is. I like how selfless he is. It makes life different. It makes it different. It makes people, it attracts people to you and stuff like that. So given that we are an international family, speaking one word, we'd just like to know, maybe drop in the country or other in the comment, what country you are watching from. Let's just flood the comments with flags and see how colorful we are, guys. Let's do that, because this is an opportunity that, listen, this is the only way you can share it, because I'll never share this as a business. I'm just telling somebody I've joined this movement, this empowering movement that has made me so strong that I'm able to just go around the world and do crazy stuff, changing lives. You know what it means? That when I close my eyes and just imagine you break into the middle of nowhere, you just find this family, they're desperate. You've spent a couple of days and do feasibility studies, just change their lives by putting whatever structure you put and put them inside, put solar energy and everything, and then create a business or store or whatever thing, say, take this, and then good night. They might never see you again, but then they live forever. They keep thinking, who was that? How do I find? But then they don't need to know you. They just need to feel happy. You make them know that you don't owe me anything. You are just loved. And they would want to share it further. That is how contagious this whole thing that Mr. Mufareh is doing. So as a business, we want to start practicing this. As a colleague at work, we want to start practicing this. As somebody who's just starting something, or you're planning to start, put it in your mind that if I'm starting this, this is how I'm going to work with my business partners or with my future colleagues or whoever I'm going to be communicating with, so that I make the world a better place. It's not just about money, because we don't talk money on this platform, because Ash knows that for the past centuries, what people have been going after has been money. But this time around, let's get something, that thing that is missing, that missing ingredient. That's what we are after. LOVE, love. And it's going places, So we will keep it. Well, we're just going to keep it alive, So and it has to be intentional. We can see it because we read it from body language. When somebody shows you that love, when Gina Levi is talking to me, I feel that my sister is talking to me, right? When I'm talking to Bruce Gerstein, I just think that this is my big brother. I just want to give him a big hug and stuff like that. So how much we have come to know people across and stuff like that. See what OnPassive, I know that so many people, many of us, we came from far and wide. It's difficult to believe that Fumi and myself, we met in this business. Collins brought him, or that brought her to us and stuff like that. But she became mine forever. And many other things that are happening around the world from this platform that we have come to know, right? Imagine what we are going to do, right? So it's so sweet and so good. We just want to start practicing and practicing and practicing until it becomes second nature. That is how we're going to be able to truly take Ash's dream to where it's intended to go to, right? So, Brother Collins, I think we should be rounding up. If you have anything to say now, just say it, because anyone that you leave in your belly, you might be finishing it tomorrow during the Heroes webinar.
Yeah. I want to go back to what Ash wrote. This thing has been really in my mind. The last update, old news. He said, Ash wrote something, and at that point, people will read a lot and they'll pick what they want to pick. But this is what really hit me in my heart. He said, may we all be reminded that great and wonderful things can often arise from difficult challenges. Great and wonderful things can often arise from difficult challenges. That is true, because there is no easy right now, on this planet Earth. You cannot just get it easy. Maybe you are a 419. Come for say 419 people. Even 419 is not easy, because you can be killed. If you are caught, you are killed in Africa, or you go to jail. If you are a scammer,
jungle justice,
or you go to jail. So there is just no easy ride. I always said, I don't, when I pray, I say, God, I know things are hard. I'm not praying for life to be easy because it will never. But I said, God, the only thing I am praying for is in my difficulties, make a way for me. Always make a way where there seems to be no way. And when you start to look things, in a way like this, in a clearer way like this, know that things will not be easy. It will never happen again. So you just pray that in the difficult time, there should be a breakthrough. We are in a business where things can go in a way, but God always opened a way for Ms. Ash Mufareh because that is the vision. I always say, this is the vision that God have assigned this man to do, whether we like it or not. Everybody has their vision. I can call God assigned Thomas Edison to bring what the vision of light bulb. You go about the Kekule structure. We talk about when they discover aspirin. Those who study chemistry, look at the Kekule structure. They dream about monkey holding their hands. They find the structure of hydrocarbons. Yes, monkey holding their hands.
Leave us alone.
You can go, the Mendel law, all those type of things. John doubting, the Darwin law of theory. You throw something up, comes down. What about other things that we've heard? Those people, they were inspired. Though we are looking at all that, but look at those people who really bring massive changes. Medicines. There were normal people that were inspired to do all of this. But do you think they got it easy? Even the first microscope, to develop a square microscope that can see bacteria. It wasn't easy. You know how many mistakes this man did before develop the first microscope. So you can go on and look at these things. These people, they were spiritually filled. They were focused on what they want to do, no matter how you throw stone on them. Comfort, you always read the Bible. I'm sorry that I'm going to this. When they built the wall of Jerusalem, what happened? They were laughing the guy. They said, even the fox can run through that. Who tell you? Said God inspired him to build it. They were laughing. Even the people were laughing at him. God is not looking for those who are macho. He's looking for those he can lead, those who can answer the call. He doesn't need you to be this, to be that. God doesn't need anything. The only thing he just wants for all of us is, yes, whom shall I send? Mr. Ash Mufareh answered the call. I want to do something different. People like this are rare. People like this, people who can answer the call for humanity, are rare. Mandela chose to answer that call to go to prison. 25 years. There were a lot of people. Mandela was not the only one fighting in South Africa. He was not the only one. There were a lot of people, but he chose. Say, if this is the only thing I will do, I will go into the. I will go. Today they look at him. Martin Luther King, he was the only one fighting. There were Malcolm X was there, but he chose to stand until he was shot. But look at the world today. Indira Gandhi, was he the only India? Look at what happened. People who choose to do things, they are not afraid because they were assigned for special mission. Mr. Ash Mufareh answered the call. We might not know how the future is, what is coming, because we don't know, but God alone knows where he is pointing Mr. Ash Mufareh to go. When Abraham left the place we're talking today, he never told Sarah that God, he just said, God have asked me to go. But assuming he told the wife that this is it, Sarah will say, you know what, where are we going? But they were just walking like fools, going. Let me call it fools. And God was directing them. Imagine Isaac, comfort. Let me just go. He took Isaac to sacrifice. Imagine. Today I was thinking about this. This modern society, Isaac will come down and say, my father took me up to the mountain to slaughter me. You know what they will do to this man when they come down? You want to kill your only child. They will even burn him alive. I asked myself, how did this guy never even came down and said, my father was about to sacrifice me? But I'm not saying that Ash is like that. Ash is doing something, taking the stones. Whatever we say, the naysayers, those who go and say, oh, it's this, is that. He has a purpose and a vision. And he is not backing down. He doesn't listen to noise. After all, what the Bible said, even the sputum that comes from your mouth come from God. You spit on my face. If God never give you the mouth to insult me, you not insult me. So everything he is doing I'm not here to preach, but I'm saying that it is preordained that this man will fulfill that vision and he will build something that will change the way business operate. Whether we like it or not, we'll see it in our lifetime and we're happy. And those who will see it afterward, they watch this video, they'll say there was somebody, two people were there talking, and a lot of people talking about this vision and dreams. You know, they will name all those people they've watched their life from east to west, talking about a dream of one man that have transformed a lot of people, brought community to reason the same from across the board, where we are now looking ourselves and looking at Miss Ashford and say, wow, this is different, something beautiful. The call is so amazing, and that's why we believe in this vision, and we know it will come to fruition. Comfort, I'll leave it.
Indeed, to be fair, we can go on and on and on and on, but then bottom line, whatever we are doing, let's just practice doing what we have learned during these 7 years, depending on whenever you joined. And if you are a business, you're a boss of your own, you're running your own business, or you're a boss at work, or you're just a colleague, whatever you are doing, whether you're part of this movement or not, join us. Let's learn how to share love, how to be genuine, because love can take you to anywhere and everywhere without any effort. And that's what we're trying to do here, because this whole mission is about uplifting humanity. And having listened to a lot, hundreds of people pass through this platform, Collins, I'm always telling you guys, there was one time I took over 6 weeks. Everybody I interviewed, I would ask them at the end, tell me one crazy thing you will do to yourself and to your family when we are ready. They'll say, me and my wife, we've always wanted to travel to this place and do this to these people, or there's actually this particular problem in my community. Me and my family, we've always thought that we wanted to do it and we never had the means. The time is now. You don't hear anybody say, I'm going to get me I'm going to order the engineers to stamp a car that nobody has ever ridden on planet Earth, or I'm going to get me a jet, or this. Nobody says that. Everybody, the crazy thing they want to do to themselves is planning to do things to people, right? So that's what we're on about. We're not here to preach Mr. Mufareh to people. We're just trying to pick from him, learn from him, because we know that even before he finally started this business, what was he doing? When in his free time, he and his family, they would go out and feed the hungry, right? What else? So it's all about practice. When we keep doing it on and on and on, learning how to love and share and do all of those things, then we're ready for prime time, and we're ready to go far and wide to the glory of God, thanks to the vessel he's using in Mr. Ash Mufareh. We really appreciate you for the positive comment, all the support from you guys, because if it just Collins and myself, it can be really, really boring. I can assure you. So we're so happy that you joined us. And guys, let's do this again. Let's keep coming and let's keep this going. Let's go on with our CEO, because the future is bright and the future is ours. Thank you. Love you all, and see you soon. Same time tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, we have the Heroes webinar. Don't go. So thank you, bro. Yeah.